Good morning and welcome to UOBAM's flagship investment event for 2024. Firstly, a warm welcome to our overseas guests and partners from Brunei, China, Indonesia, Japan, Malaysia, Taiwan, Thailand, Vietnam, and the US. We are indeed honored that you have taken the time to join us today. And also a very warm welcome to our friends and my colleagues from UOB Singapore. We are really happy that our UOB Group Deputy Chairman and CEO, Mr. Wee Chong, and UOB Group CFO and UOBM Chairman, Mr. Lee Wai Fai, are able to grace our occasion today. Last year's event was a very special one because it was our first since COVID. It was then an ideal opportunity for us to review ASEAN's outlook following its amazing resilience during the COVID years. And this year, we are broadening our scope from ASEAN to Asia. The title of today's event is Asia at the Crossroads, because rarely have we seen our region faced with so much flux. On the geopolitical front, US-China relations are probably the worst they have been for more than 50 years. And conflicts in the Middle East and Ukraine are still yet unresolved. But yet, on the economic front, there are now real benefits to ASEAN from the China Plus One strategy. Japan raised its interest rates for the first time in 20 years, and Taiwan's economy is flourishing because of the current AI boom. And as a result, the Indonesia, Japan, and Taiwan stock markets all hit record highs this year. But on the other hand, China and Hong Kong together have lost US $4.8 trillion in market capitalization over the past 3 years. This is equal to the entire market cap of the UK and Australian stock markets combined. All these put Asia at an all-important intersection between opportunities and risks. And as an investment manager embedded in Asia, we are keen to share the views of experts from both inside and outside our organization. This is because we are aiming not for consensus, but a deep, no-holds-barred examination of what lies in store for our region. And to help us today, there are few people with a better all-round political, economic, and social understanding of Asia than our special guest, Mr. George Yeo. I'm sure he's going to give us a lot to think about today. And it is quite incredible timing that Mr. Yeo is speaking to us on the very day that Singapore's leadership passes on from our Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong to Deputy Prime Minister Lawrence Wong. I'm not going to say anything because I'm sure that Mr. Wong himself will put his own unique stamp on the ASEAN and Asian landscape. And at this forum today, you'll all be very interested to hear Mr. Yeo's views on this. To get a different perspective on Asia's prospects, we'll also be talking to our global partners from Wellington and Lazard. Given their global footprint, both managers are in touch with investors, regulators, and central banks from around the world. They are well placed to tell us how Asian markets are viewed from both inside and outside our region, and we all look forward to hearing from them. This year's event is also very special to UOBM for another reason. It marks the 5th year of our AI journey, and we are now able to reference a live AI-augmented performance track record of over 3 years for many of our Asian funds. This makes us a pioneer of sorts for AI adoption within the Asian asset management industry. AI is quite obviously the talk of town today, but 5 years ago, when we embarked on this journey to explore artificial intelligence and machine learning as a means for driving alpha, this was something our industry regarded with some reservation. So looking back, I'm thankful that we are bold and forward-thinking enough to venture into this space. This would not have been possible without the buy-in from my entire organization, and especially a willingness to embrace change. Today, our efforts are paying off, and our AI-augmented funds are amongst the best performers in their respective categories. And in this age of technology and AI, I believe that the asset management industry just like many industries around the world, is ripe for disruption. In my view, alpha generation across the industry in the not-too-distant future will be driven by a combination of human ingenuity and machine rigor. We have found this combination particularly potent in markets like Asia. Why, you may ask? So just consider this. Asia is home to half of the world's stocks. And in ASEAN alone, there are over 3,000 stocks. Yet, ASEAN's total market cap is smaller than Apple, one company. And therefore, the human time and resources needed to comb through and uncover the gems that exist in Asia is not something asset management companies, even including ourselves, can easily justify nor scale. So this is an ideal environment, in my experience, to have a human and machine approach, and this is what drives us. But of course, any new strategy comes with heightened responsibilities. As CEO of UOBAM, I'm very clear that UOBAM has a fiduciary duty to ensure that our AI augmentation strategy serves the interests of our clients in a responsible and thoughtful way. This means always asking ourselves these questions. Is our strategy robust and reliable? Are our models transparent and explainable? What are the new investment risks that come with AI? What are the additional controls needed to manage this risk? And in this respect, we have implemented a range of AI governance structures and processes to ensure that these questions are always in our sights. And equally importantly, we are also keeping a very close eye on AI regulations that are fast evolving. In February this year, for example, ASEAN ministers unveiled a detailed guide on AI governance and ethics. Singapore's MAS also keeps refining its AIDA, or Artificial Intelligence and Data Analytics Governance Frameworks. So these public and private sector initiatives remind us that we cannot go it alone if our AI framework is to evolve and get more robust. Over time, asset managers like ourselves must build an ecosystem that goes beyond traditional stakeholders to include policymakers, data providers, AI companies, digital platforms, technology firms, and tech-focused industry consultants, but always with our clients at the center. So we are very excited today to also be joined by top executives from Google and Oliver Wyman. They are both leaders, as we all know, in the application of technology, and we are very pleased to have them participate in our event this morning. So let me conclude by saying that we are just seeing the tip of the iceberg in terms of Asia's investment opportunities. Many Asian companies are already world leaders in their respective industries, and I believe more will rise to the occasion and to the top in the next decade. But as we all know, Asia is also vulnerable to fluctuations in global trading patterns and geopolitical uncertainties, and we certainly do not want to ignore these. And so I hope today's event helps to deliver an insightful, rigorous, and importantly balanced evaluation of the region, an approach that we always strive for in order to secure our clients' trust and confidence. I wish everyone a good day ahead. Thank you.